to this. So, what I'm presenting tonight are Q4 tips. There's going to be five that I present and tell you a little bit about my journey. So, as Andrew had said, actually, I'll kind of keep myself there. As Andrew had said, I am an Amazon FBA seller. Have been doing this less than Kevin. My me and business partners, we've been doing it now for almost 6 years. We have done a little bit of FBA between private label, wholesale, even doing a little bit of RAOA, which is retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, as well as I'm a Amazon strategist. I do help other Amazon sellers with their accounts, with helping them either launch products or to help them optimize their products. In addition to that, I have been a regular contributor to an Amazon online selling group. In that group, there's almost 1,000 sellers. We talk about a lot of different things, but as a community, it's always been helpful to have not only expertise, but people to bounce ideas off of. And so hopefully, as we've been going through this, you see that's what part of this is as Meetup, that you can ask questions and share your experiences. So and in addition to that, I think with Andrew, we've been working on a few different projects, marketing wise, but there's some different things we'll tackle in later episodes of this. So okay, so let me move that out of the way. So Amazon Q4, it is the most profitable time of the year for Amazon sellers. Hold on, let me go over here because I hate looking at myself over there. The fact is that Amazon generated $87 billion in Q4. That number was from last year, 2019. And that's a pretty incredible number. The fact is that in 2020, that U.S. retail spending is going to drop by almost 11%, but consumers are expected to spend, almost 20% more just on e-commerce this year. And you can kind of see the chart below that shows, as Amazon sales, their net revenue has gone up every year, but you can just always see that spike in Q4. It's like clockwork. This is what happens. The other incredible thing, as the pandemic started, was that e-commerce was at, I think the number is like 8 to 10% of all retail sales. There's always been talk about the fact that Amazon, as much as you hear about it, is still just a small amount of retail sales. But what happened during the pandemic is that within 4 months, that percentage went to 18 to 20 to 22%. By month 5, it increased from 10% to 22% in 5 months. The fact that our e-commerce spending went up by percentage of the retail sales, which is incredible. And you can start to see the opportunity that e-commerce and especially Amazon presents, because Amazon obviously is the 800, some people think of it as the 80,000-pound gorilla that is just a juggernaut, and the amount of traffic that they bring to their site and the number of customers that if you're putting your products up, that's why we're all on this. So okay, So if you have any questions, raise your hand, or if you need any clarifications. Obviously, can they talk, Andrew, or I can't hear you. You're muted too.
They can unmute themselves, I believe. I don't want to unmute everybody, so they can do that or write in the chat, and we can go through there. But we'll open it up to questions, I think, towards the end. Otherwise, I think we'll have a lot.
Very good. Okay, so the first tip is don't underestimate how many sales will be made. And so in Q4, the number is incredible. So for our first solid year, Q4 for us, I show you the fact that we did almost 200,000 in sales in the first 9 months. In Q4, and actually, if you really think about it, it was November, December, we did 350,000 in sales. We almost doubled what we did from the first part, or basically the first 9 months to the last 3 months, we doubled what we did. And so the fact is that this is why everyone wants to be on Amazon in Q4. There are people that are businesses that come onto Amazon just for Q4, and they don't really do anything the rest of the year. Some of them are seasonal, some of them, just because of the type of product they sell, it's sold best through Amazon. And the fact is that the fulfillment, FBA, otherwise, is incredible. The other part of this is don't let sales rank mislead you in Q4. So that kind of goes along with sales, but sales rank is the idea that during the summer, let's give a great example of this. Most people, how many of you are buying a Christmas inflatable during the summer? Probably not many. So your sales rank is for any type of Christmas inflatable is usually over 1 million, 2 million. But by the time we hit Q4, by the time we hit November, that sales rank for those inflatables usually is under 5,000. So the amount of buying that's going on, and the idea that your sales rank can be misleading during the summer. So you're for any type of product, a gifty type of product, you could be selling 2, 3 a month. And by the time you hit November, December, you're selling 5, 10 a day. And so the idea of where sales rank is and how it affects your product can be misleading. So, understanding that is something that becomes invaluable. And there's a lot of different tools to use. There's Keepa. There's what else have I used? Jungle Scout, some other ones that will help you with your own products or the products within your category and related products. Okay. Number 2, try bundling if products underperform. So the idea is, what I'm saying here is the fact that, yes, by all means, go out and create a killer listing, have great keywords, have everything that you need to have within that listing, descriptions, photos. But you know what? That's myopic eventually when either there are lots of different products like yours, or the fact is that you get overrun with because you are, depending on how much competition, if you haven't been able to niche far enough down. So one of the ideas is experiment, and experimenting is bundling. And so for most of you talking about a bundle, so let's go with an easy one. Why for food? Why does McDonald's bundle a hamburger, fries, and a Coke? Because people are more likely to buy your bundle than they are to buy the hamburger. And so now when you give people the choice of buying a bundle, they are more likely to buy it because they see further value in it. You can raise your price as well as you can start to give people a reason not to buy the single product, but and also that you will be able to rank better if you are if you're bundling, if you are creating more products by bundling. Because at some point, if you have one product, you have one product. But if I start to bundle that, I can bundle that and make that product 5, 10 different product variations. And so I give people, I give my users or my customers more opportunities to come in and buy from me because I have bundled. Andrew, was there a question?
No, there wasn't any question at all.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there is. Well, yeah, it's after. We will record, we will have this as a download, so.
Okay, very good. Okay, so and again, the other thing with my neat little graphic at the bottom, product bundling, buy more, save more, and that leads into another little nugget is the fact that Kevin, you sell supplements, you sell skincare, your own line. The fact is that you can bundle by quantity. Amazon users are notorious for not using the quantity button within Amazon. So if you offer them one, they most likely will not think that or will not use the quantity button to buy two if there is a bundle that's offering two. And I have I have proven this point a number of times, and I wish I had I should have brought the slide with me. I was offering a product. It was actually sprinklers. So sprinklers you put in your yard. I had one, or the listing was for one sprinkler head. And I think it was listed at $10. There were bundles within that listing of 2 sprinkler heads, of 4 sprinkler heads, of 8 sprinkler heads. So remember, the one sprinkler head was $10. When we put it, when the bundle of 2 sprinkler heads, I was offering that for $30. And I sold out of my 2-pack bundle within 2 days. Although it would have been cheaper for the person to hit quantity 1, quantity 2, and would have spent $20 all day on that product. But because I gave them an option for the quantity bundle, I sold out of mine. And then I kept selling out of the 4-pack, which I was listing at, so it was what, 29 for a 2-pack. I think the 4-pack I listed at 69. And then for the 8-pack, I think I listed it at 129. And so I kept, it's this idea that the user on Amazon tends to not want to use the quantity button. And so that became kind of one of those things where, well, that's cool. I mean, you can kind of figure this out where what the user expects. Another great example of a bundle, and this kind of goes into another friend of mine. He was selling stuffed bears at Easter, and his bundle, the stuffed bear was, it was a $2 bear. What he did do was he added a chocolate bar to the stuffed bear, so his bundle, and then he sold that for $19.95. and he again could not keep it in stock. And so that's and that was about 4 or 5 years ago. Now everyone does that by just adding simple things. And again, bundling does not have to mean another product. It can be the fact that you give them, laminated instructions, that you give them a book that goes along with your product. You can do POD, print on demand. So you could actually have a whatever your product is, and then have a journal that is a print on demand journal that you offer as a bundle package. And if you, again, how you do it, you will, you now offer a difference. You can keyword it to such an extent that you will list with the current product, but you're giving them extra value because you're bundling it. So okay, let me hopefully I beat that one to death, but let me go on to the next one. Make a plan and stick to it. I mean, that becomes something of most everything you do. Q4, and as I said, Q4 is a crazy time at Amazon. So some examples that I have for Q4 are if you're doing FBA, and FBA means that I'm sending the product into Amazon's warehouse, it normally takes, from where I'm at, anywhere from 3 to 5 days for me to ship the product to Amazon and it get into my inventory. During Q4, it may take 2 weeks, even 3 weeks for your product from the time that you ship it to the time that it gets into your inventory. And so with this, you got to start planning to have or you got to have a plan so that when you go through these stretches, that the craziness of what's going to happen, your sales that, either don't live up to expectation or, go crazy, so that you have your plan in place so that you are ready for everything. And, as it says here, you're going to go through, become despondent on valleys. You're going to be excited about, all the things that you sell. But as long as you have a plan to go from, basically the beginning of Q4 and one of the slides through January, that, you will be so much more successful because you've set your process in place, you've set your expectations in place for yourself, and then you've also figured out if you need help, to outsource or bringing someone in, or your team to do certain things. So, but yes, make a plan and stick to it. Okay, so number 4. Promote products and optimize ads. So everyone knows that okay. Most people know how to, we were just talking about this with Vi, that she does Facebook ads. So obviously Amazon also has their own ads platform, and those ads become pretty popular and pretty essential for people to get sales. You can use this to start promoting your products even before Q4, so that one of the things that by promoting your products and optimizing the ads is you're starting to create sales velocity, and sales velocity helps with your optimizing even into the Amazon catalog. So promoting the ads, we talked about this last week with, what was his?
Derek,
thank you. So with Derek, and though if you get time, go look at what he talks about because that's invaluable to understand how Amazon ads work, how they run, how to optimize them, and then also when to use them. What's your budget? And to do this early on, one, to get sales velocity, two, to know how they work and how you want them to work for you. Because when you get into the middle of this, if you're kind of fumbling with that, then you're taking your eye off other things for Q4. The other thing that they talk about in here is the fact that if you increase your product sales ranks, it's the fact that you can also, depending on what you're doing, private label, you can start to raise your price because you are optimizing your ads and your product to be more visible, and that your sales velocity, or the amount of sales, will go up. And eventually, because Q4 only lasts so long and you only have so many products, supply and demand says, prices can go up if your demand is going up and your inventory is going down. And so and you'll see down here, right there, it's where the ads show up on Amazon. There's some different places also that they'll show up. Just as a tip, even throughout the year, I run a sample, or basically a kind of a redundant ad for all of my products. It's very low cost. Basically I run it at 5-cent ads. And so what I do is I put all of my products into a bucket and I just let it run. One, you'll be surprised how many sales you get by just constantly having an ad running against all of your products. Two, you will get some more juice from Amazon for the visibility of your products. And then three, it's the fact that you will get data from the ads to see, visibility, or I'm sorry, those that are clicking on your product, how many hits you're getting to your product, all of the different stats that you can use as you get ready to run, either more keyword enabled or more focused ads. So, okay. And I'm on number 5. Okay, so number 5, if you haven't already, there is something called brand registry. And brand registry is the fact that if you have a brand, so Kevin, if you have Kevin's brands, you can register that brand with Amazon. And what that gives you is more, Amazon opens the door to more tools and more access to be underneath the hood for Amazon. They'll give you, the idea of sponsored brands, sponsored displays and stores. It used to be that for brand registry, you also got to put videos out there live. Actually, you can still do that. If you're brand registered, you can have live video on your products and on your catalog, if you are brand registered. And so they also give competitive advantage over non brand registered sellers, and it's a matter of going through the process with Amazon. Sometimes you can get it done in a month. Sometimes it takes 6 months, a year to get brand registered. But it is worth it if you have a brand and a number of products that are listed. Let me go back to the video. So as I talked about brand registry, you're able to do live video feeds on your products. If you're brand registered, that means that I could sit there and for 24 hours a day, I could stream live on my Amazon pages, which you know, the idea that it helps with search. When people get on there, you can almost run a show. People run shows on their Amazon pages based off of all their products. The other thing that they just brought out was that you can actually put videos now on Amazon product pages. And it's not the fact that you have to own that page or that product to put the video on there. And it's not a review video. It's a fact that it's a video that is part of the description or part of the pictures on the left side. I know left, right, some way on the left side, and becomes part of the listing. So just think in terms of different ways that again, you can use brand registry, and then you can also use your product listing. And then I will say that I've got a bonus. So number six, okay, is the fact that keep plenty of stock for January too. So as I mentioned, the fact is that Q4 doesn't really end in December. It will go all the way through January. For Amazon, you know, the amount of returns, the amount of gift certificates, the amount of people who have gift cards that they got for Christmas, that they got for Hanukkah, that they got for what are the other holidays in there? Kwanzaa, you know, for the fact that it's December and they got a gift card. So the idea is that your sales will dip usually soon or right around Christmas, because if you are FBA, or depending on the 2-day, it's a fact that it's almost the fact that between then and the 26th of December, you see this dip, and then at that point you start to see it go back up again because of all of these different things that are going on, which is your gift cards, your exchanges, your returns. People didn't like their gift, so they want another gift, and that will go on throughout January. So my month of December, it was, I had what, 125, 150,000. Does that sound about right? No, I think I was at 150 to 175,000 for December. And then I hit 125 for January. And it didn't slow down until, again, February. But, you know, it's the idea of keeping inventory available for January, keep sending in inventory, and really be ready for this resurgence. And probably I understand that with our crazy year we've had this year, it's going to get more fluky. But as I said from that one, from my, I think the second video when I was just talking about statistics, it's the fact that while our sales, our retail sales across, I think that's probably the US, is down 11%, e-commerce sales are up 18%. So just think in those terms as you are doing all this. So then, because I gave the bonus, I will say questions.